This is a video on how to drink responsibly. Step 1, don't drink. Just kidding. Okay, firstly, if you're going to be responsible in any aspect, don't drink. But I do drink, and I am drinking. So, okay, step 1, don't drink to excess. If you're new to drinking, and I'm assuming that you're of age, sorry, cat scared me, because if you're underage, don't drink, because that's not responsible. Whatever the legal age is for drinking in your country, abide by it, because even though it may not make sense and we may not all agree with it, it's a law, and you'll kind of go to jail if you get caught. So, anyways, so step 1, don't be of legal age. That should have been step 1. Step 2, do not drink to excess. And if you have just become of legal age, that's pretty hard to know when you're drinking to excess because you've never tested your limits. But I guarantee you, once you do test your limits and exceed them by a lot, you're not going to be a happy camper. Because once you have like 1 or 2 drinks, you should be feeling okay. Like I kind of get like a little warm feeling in my knees, and I'm not so self-conscious or anxious because I'm usually really super anxious around other people because I'm always convinced that everyone hates me. But once I've had a drink or two, that part of my brain is just kind of like chilled out. So that's fine. But if you start feeling really woozy and out of control and like you don't fucking care about whatever you say and you're just like, oh, I'm just gonna say all this kind of stuff because you might not even be having those kind of thoughts depending on how drunk you are. You might be completely beyond the point of having those thoughts, and that's bad. That's a bad thing because that's when you make horrible decisions or you do something and you injure yourself. I have injured myself on more than one occasion while drinking. I've made terrible decisions while drinking. I have thrown up countless times from drinking. So, unless throwing up's like a hobby of yours, it's not fun. And doing it while you're drunk is really, really, really not fun. um, so, yeah, that is rule number 2. Don't drink to excess. Now, there are a lot of like other little like rules that people make, little like rhymes to go with. So they say, liquor before beer, you're in the clear. Beer before liquor, never the sicker. Or they'll like never mix liquors, or don't mix the color of liquor. Like if you're having clear liquor, stick with clear liquor. If you're having brown liquor, stick with brown liquor. Okay, here's the thing. The reason behind the beer before liquor, never the sicker, liquor before beer, you're in the clear, it's because if you have 2 shots of tequila or 2 shots of anything, okay, you'll get kind of like this warm feeling because drinking alcohol makes your blood come up to the surface of your skin. It makes you feel warm. You will notice that feeling. But if you drink beer, which is a lot more volume per alcohol content, 1 shot is equal to 1 beer roughly in alcohol content, because we all know that there's some like 100 proof liquors and that there's like beer that's way over the normal percentage. So there's exceptions to this rule. But average proof liquor and average percentage beer are roughly equal as long as it is actually 1 serving of each. And 1 serving of liquor is a shot. A glass of wine is like, if it's like a white wine glass, it's like to here. If it's like a red wine glass, it's a lot wider, and so the line is lower. I don't know if you can actually see that, but anyways. So 1 serving to 1 serving of different kinds, as long as they are of an average proof for that type, are roughly the same. But here's the thing, is that if you drink a can of beer, it takes you a while to get through that. So you may not notice the effects as quickly because they don't happen as fast. It's really gradual because you're sipping. I mean, I'm assuming you're not like doing a keg stand or whatever, because then that's totally different and you're probably not going to listen to anything that anyone says about any kind of rules. Anyway, so if you're, I don't know why I have my video light on right now because it's hidden behind this thing. Hang on, let's see if we can fix that. Yeah, okay. I don't know if that's any better, but whatever, it's on now. So anyways, the thing about it is that the beer before liquor thing came from the idea that you would feel less drunk when you got done with your beer because you weren't noticing the effects as much, and so you would drink a lot more because you were not aware that you were already getting drunk. So like if you have 2 shots of tequila, you might already be feeling it, so you might only have 1 beer. But you might have 4 beers and still not be feeling it, and then have 2 shots of tequila. And then you've had, 3 drinks more than the original scenario. So that's where that whole came from. It's not automatic. If you have beer and then you have liquor, you're going to get sick. It is all in proportion to how much your body can handle, how much you're putting into it. And I'm not saying push your body to what it can handle every single time. That's not like what I'm saying. This is about being responsible anyways. And being responsible does not mean drinking until you vomit all over your shoes. Number 2, don't drive. Seriously, don't drive. Don't get in a car with someone else's driving. Don't ride on a motorcycle. Don't do anything that involves operating any kind of machinery after drinking. Seriously, bad idea. They have cabs, they have I don't know. I don't live in a place with a subway, and the places that I visited with subways, I would not take that subway unless I didn't have another option because it was scary. It was a scary place. Call a cab. Call a friend who you know is sober and you know is going to be sober. Already make arrangements for a ride in advance. Have a designated driver. If you see your designated driver drinking, that person is no longer your designated driver. They are no longer allowed to drive you home. That is just irresponsible in absolutely every way. Don't do that. This is like a PSA. Don't drink and drive, which you should know. So give up your keys. Don't drink to excess. Be of legal age. Let's see what else. I would just recommend, personally, if you're going to drink, be at your home, be at someone you truly, truly trust home. I don't mean like, oh, this is Jeffrey, and I met him like last weekend, and he was super cool, and he let me ride in his Camaro, so we're like besties now, and I'm gonna go drink at his house. Bad idea, okay? Don't do that. I'm not saying don't ever go out and have fun, because trust me, I've gone out and I've had fun. But I'm saying that I have gone out and I have done so many things while inebriated. Like I've gone to places I shouldn't have gone. I've met strangers at parties that I didn't really know anyone at. I've gotten ditched to places where I was like stranded and people could have like abducted me. I'm not even playing. I have done things while under the influence that an insane person would do. And looking back at some of it, it's like, I am so lucky. I am so lucky that no harm came to me, that nothing bad happened. I mean, like, I've like busted a toe, I've like sprained my foot, I've actually torn 2 tendons in my foot, all those things I have done while drunk. But I mean, like, really severe things. I have not so far, knock on wood, even though I've put myself in the position many times. I'm not playing. I have, and I'm telling you, it's not a wise decision. Like story time. I had a friend, we had similar birthdays, and this wasn't our like we had birthdays really close to each other, and this was not our birthday. But she wanted me to help her pick up guys because she's kind of shy, but she's really great. And I am really shy unless I'm with other people. And then I'm like, oh, wow, crazy. Oh, excuse me. So anyways, we went out And the plan was for me to get guys' numbers for her because she was a little too shy. And we went to a lot of places that night. And I kept telling everyone it was her birthday. And if you tell people it's your birthday, there is a chance that people may buy you alcoholic beverages. And then if people are buying you alcoholic beverages, it's really hard if you have like not very good self-control like me. It's hard to be like, no, like, but everyone's like, birthday people over here, let's buy them all shots and stuff like that. So we went to a restaurant and had drinks there. Then we went to a bar, but it was like for people slightly out of our age range, and so it was just a little bit too dull for us, and we were just kind of like bored, and we're like, we got to get out of here. But at that point, we were like, we shouldn't have been driving, and my friend wanted to drive, but thankfully her older sister had someone come and give us a ride to the other side of town, where to the next bar we wanted to go to. And we went to a minimum of 3 bars. And I am telling you, I am swearing to you that firstly, my friend dropped her phone in the middle of the street, couldn't find it. It is a miracle it didn't get run over by a car. Eventually we found it, but through her trying to call it on my phone went dead, and my fiance freaked because he thought something had happened. He didn't know why I wasn't answering my phone. It was just like a bad situation. But anyway, so that's bad thing that happened, number one. And of course, no harm came to anyone from that, but still, it's just not a good thing to be without a way to contact people. We were already getting in pretty dangerous waters at this point. So we had already been to 2 places. No. I missed a place. I'm so sorry. Okay, so first was restaurant slash drinking, where we got the waiter's number. And then we went to the slightly older crowd. They were like in their like mid-30s, I want to say. And I swear to God, the girl who took my beverage drink got it wrong, and she poured me straight alcohol in a glass. Not a shot. She poured me a glass of straight alcohol, like straight liquor in a glass. But I was like, I paid $6 for this drink. I am drinking it. Anyway, so right next door to that bar was another bar, which we went to because they had a live band. However, half of the bar was closed due to a sorority party or something. I don't really know. Anyway, so I got like 2 guys' numbers for her there. One was the bartender and one was just like a random guy. I don't know why I'm telling you about the guys. No, whatever. It doesn't matter. That part does not matter. The story part is the drinking and terrible decisions part. So anyways, so we get a ride across town. So we've already been 3 places. We've been drinking at all 3 places. So we go and we stand outside of this 4th bar for a good while. And once we get inside, it is crazy. It is super crowded. It is like people going berserk, because the other side of town is like more of like an older people kind of vibe, more like 30s, like old, late 20s, early 30s kind of vibe. And then the side of town we got to is like the super party animal college kid vibe, right? Anyway, so we're there. And I remember my friend fell on a guy, and we like got his number. And then like we drank so much. And I remember going into the bathroom. My friend lost her phone in the bathroom. I don't know whether she found it that time and then lost it again, or whether this was the final time she lost. I remember she lost it so many times that night. So I swear to you, from that point in the bathroom, no memory until later in the night. No memory at all. When I was younger and people used to say, oh, I got so drunk I blacked out, I thought that they were lying. I thought that blacking out was just a cop-out. People were like, oh, I did so much bad stuff last night, I'm just going to say I don't remember. No, blacking out is a real thing. And it's not cool, okay? It's really not. Blacking out is not something that you can be like, oh my God, I blacked out. No, it's scary. It's scary as hell. You have no idea what's going on when that's happening. You don't know what you did. You don't know what other people did. You don't know where you are. Like, it's terrifying when you realize later that you have no memory for a period of time. It's scary, okay? Anyway, so then supposedly we went to another bar after that. And I don't remember at all. My friend insists we went there. I don't remember. I really don't. She kept telling me the name. She was like, oh, we were at such and such place. And I was like, I really have no idea. Final memories of the night. We're at a final bar, which the name I just remember was written on the outside of the bar, but it was not the one she kept insisting we went to in the inner room. So, but she doesn't remember this place either, so whatever. Who knows? Oh, goodness. See, bad, Mitzi, bad. Don't make my mistakes. I'm learning them for you. Oops, kicking things under the table. So anyways, we're at the final bar, but we're at the final bar, and we are talking to a guy who was from Sweden. And I guarantee you, the only thing I can remember about this guy was he was from Sweden, had a Swedish accent, and he was wearing a puffy blue ski jacket. I guarantee you that is all. I don't remember his name. I don't remember what he looked like. I don't remember anything. And we were so drunk. Oh my God, we were so drunk. We were just, I remember we were standing on either side of him and just like swaying back and forth and like yelling and waving our arms in the air, dancing to some song. I have no idea. Just going, woo! Drunk girl screaming, woo! That is it, okay? That's all I remember. Bar closes. We walk outside the back door, which is where I see the sign with the name of the place. That was not the place that my friend said we went to. I don't know. And she realizes she doesn't have her phone anymore. So I don't know whether she lost it in the first she lost it in the road, then I think she lost it in the middle or that other place's bathroom. Then she lost it again at the last place. I don't remember. But I think so. Anyways, so she falls down in the parking lot, and I am too drunk to help her up. So she's like laying on the ground, and I'm trying to help her, but I am completely incapacitated by how drunk I am. The Swedish guy, is trying to call us a cab, but the lady on the phone can't understand him. So then I try and talk to the lady on the phone, and that hardly helps because I am plastered. Bouncer comes out, sees my friend laying on the ground, the cab comes, helps me get her into the cab. I remember zip all of getting to her place. We're at her place, and I realize I don't have money to tip the cabbie. Like, I just have money to pay the fare, no money for a tip. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, because everything's a big deal when you're drunk. When you're drunk, you can't differentiate what's an appropriate response. Like, it's like your brain is just like, oh, everything is the end of the world. Sure. Is that not nice to tip your cabbie? Yes. But was it worth like standing, because his cab was a van cab, but whatever. And I'm like standing on the floorboard, like leaning on the front seat, being like, oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Like, just like, and he's like, it's fine. Get out. Like, because I think he was scared we were going to vomit in his car, which is totally plausible. And I'm sure it happens to cabbies all the time. Anyways, so he's like, it's fine. Just get out. And I'm still just like apologizing. So at this point, my friend and the Swedish guy helped me out of the cab, and we're at her place. And he's not nearly as drunk as us. So we're like, how are you going to get home? Like, oh my God, what are we going to do? Like, poor thing. And that is the end of my memory. I literally have no more, like, we're standing in the parking lot trying to figure out what to do with Swedish guy. End of memory. Wake up on my friend's couch, fully clothed, with my high heels on her couch. Like, that's how completely incapable I was of taking care of myself. That drunk. I could not even take my high heels off before falling asleep. That's ridiculous. My friend also does not remember most of the night. The simple fact that anyone in between the bars could have just snatched us off, because we had to have walked in between the bars. Like, that's how you get around in that part of town, because all the bars are super close. We don't even remember how we got places. We had to have walked. It's a miracle someone didn't just like snatch us and sell our body parts on the black market, because let me tell you what, My mom used to say that to me all the time when I was, little. She didn't just say, oh, people are going to kidnap you. She would say, people will kidnap you and they will cut you up and sell your body parts on the black market. um, but anyway, so really, it is important to have a plan when you drink. Don't drink to excess. Don't be alone. Like, seriously, it's fine to go to a bar. It's fine to hang out at a party. Have someone you know. I do go to a bar here locally by myself sometimes, but it's because I have gone there enough that I am actually friends with people there. I meet people there that I know. And I park right there. So it's not like I'm wandering around in the night inebriated. And I'm not inebriated if I'm driving, or I'll call like a vehicle to come pick me up right at the door. I don't like wander around. I've done enough stupid things, and I am telling you, there are some horrible decisions you can make while drinking. And there are nice people out there who will try and help you, like Swedish guy calling us a cab and everything. Like, that was nice. Could have been horrible. Could have been a terrible person. Could have chopped us up. I don't know. But I'm just saying, like, there are things like if you choose to drink, and it's fine if you choose not to drink. Don't let anyone be like, I mean, people will say it. People will be like, oh, well, you're boring if you don't drink. You're a loser, or you don't ever want to do anything fun. Be like, well, I don't want to have fun with you. That's for sure, because you can have fun sober. You can be tons of fun sober. And most people reach a point where they realize that the person who doesn't drink is super cool. Because if you are that person who can stay sober and still hang out with your friends who are drinking, that's a skill. I don't handle inebriated people well when I'm sober. I'm just like, oh my God, shut up. Other people, they're like the the drunk whisperer. They're like so good at it. They're just like, yeah, let's go to bed. Like, let's get you home. Let's just not be out anymore. I mean, that person becomes so valuable. Um, television is, well, PS4 is turning off. Whatever. Anyways, I am certain I have rambled on enough, and I am going to go now and probably go to sleep. Anyways, that's it. This is me. Bye.